everyone, thank you for joining me today on Everything AeroPilates. Right now what I wanted to do is talk to you about chords. So we have the black chords, and some machines only have all black chords. That is absolutely great. The all black chords is a wonderful machine. Pretty much every beginner on the AeroPilates is going to start with 2 black chords. The reason that is it's strong enough to pull you back to the foot bar, but it's also light enough that it's not going to strain your muscles too much. So 2 black chords is usually where most people will begin. Even somebody with a little extra weight like myself, the 2 black chords were a perfect place to begin. Now, if I want to work my muscles stronger, I'm going to go ahead and I could do 3 black chords, 4 black chords if I'm using that machine. In a 5 chord like this, I could do 2 black chords, 1 red chord, 2 red chords. The equivalent of 3 black chords is 2 red chords. So if I have a machine like this 5 chord and I wanted 3 chords, I couldn't do it straight out because I have 2 black chords, 2 red chords, 1 yellow chord. So I have to work with a combination. Since each red chord is 1.5, if I do 2 red chords, I get a 3 chord equivalent for my pushing away. When you use something like 3 chords, you're going to be working your mobilizing muscles. And all that means is the muscles that help you move. And those are very important to work as long as you still work the stabilizing muscles, which help you stay stable, hold you upright. They help with a lot of flexibility and movement. So the 3 chords is great to use when you're really trying to maybe build bulk, 3 or 4 chords, maybe build bulk, or you really just want to work those big mobilizing muscles, the bigger muscles of your body. Now, when you go down to 2 chords or less, you are going to be working the stabilizers. So 2 chords is kind of an in-between. You're going to get some mobilizing muscle. That's really like the Pilates long lean that you're going to get with the 2 chords. But you do want to challenge yourself sometimes because you want to make those mobilizers stronger. As long as you're still working the stabilizers, you'll have a really good balanced, beautiful body. I believe Marjolaine Bergman usually uses 3 chords for her arm work and perhaps 3 chords for her leg work as well. I'm not sure. But when you are a little bigger like myself and you have some weight to lose, if you go down to 1 chord or the yellow chord, you're going to be stuck out here for a while. That can be okay, but I'm going to show you what it looks like. So here I have my arm that I'm doing. And you see, it's going back in quite all right. If I had more weight on this, so facing the back, you can see I'm floating back. And it looks like I'm using control to let my arms go back, but it really is just taking that long to get me back down there. And that's absolutely fine. When you have your legs in the air for something, like you are doing some lying down arm work, or if you're doing some rebounding, it is going to be harder, or it's going to take longer to get back, and you're going to work your abdominal muscles more. Now that can definitely strengthen them, but it also will wear them out pretty quickly. But when I'm laying down and I'm doing leg work on 1 chord, what happens is I tend to get stuck out and I really have to use my toes and pull myself back with my toes. Or sometimes I have to hook under and pull back from here. So I can get stuck out with my leg work on 1 chord. And if you're lighter, you're probably not going to have that problem. The other thing is on 1 chord, when I push out, especially for like running, usually with running, the chords help pull that heel under the bar and it gives you that great stretch. When I have 1 chord and I do running, I don't even get to put my heel under hardly because I'm having to grip so hard with my toes to even move at all. And then to come back in again, I have to grip and pull. And so it's good for some things, but I wouldn't want to do 1 chord yet all the time. I just haven't gotten down to the size where that is going to be as beneficial for me. Now for the yellow chord, I'll show you the yellow chord. So for the yellow chord, I feel like it's almost ridiculous. And actually it's a little better. I haven't done this for a while, but do you see how I'm not even going back? I'm not even paying attention, and I'm not even going all the way down. So for 1 red chord, I really like it. It's giving me some strength, but I can go back and I'm controlling it back. If I let go, it would bring me back. So actually, this is a newer machine, and my red chord on my blue machine isn't so strong, but you see how that brings me back. That might even be too strong. So maybe now that I'm 3 sizes down, I could try the black cord a little more, because that red cord, although this is a new machine, so that red cord just yanked me back. I like to rebound on either 2 cords or the 1 red cord. The 1 black cord still, when I'm laying my full weight on the platform, laying down with my legs in the air, and my feet aren't dragging or anything. Right now, even my legs are partly off when I'm doing this. But when my full weight's on the machine, it really keeps me out longer. So I might do that for a few jumps, but I'm just not strong enough yet in my abdominals. And really where I feel it is right here in front of your hips. Your psoas are super weak. Mine are probably from sitting for so many years, but they're so weak. So to hold my legs up, it works them very, very well. But it makes them very tired very quickly. They're just not strong enough. They're getting stronger, and actually I'm really surprised how much stronger they've gotten, because, and you'll notice too in your own body, you'll get stronger quicker. I mean, it's been 3 months. When I used to do frog or choo-choo, I couldn't get through them because of these muscles right here. They were so tired, and they would just have exhaustion, and I had to put my legs down and rest them. And so I've already seen I can do full frog, full choo-choo, keep my legs in straps the whole time. And I would leave my legs in the straps, but I would just bring my legs down like this with the straps on them and rest that for a little bit before picking them back up. And so when you're rebounding, that's where I feel it. I know I also feel it in my abs, but perhaps my abdominals aren't as strong. So I really feel it in my psoas, and they get exhausted really quickly. So I'm just not ready for 1 cord. I want to take it at my own pace because I don't want to dread doing it, and I don't want to be discouraged by being so tired. So that's why I wanted to talk to you guys about cords today. If you're starting out, it's really a great idea to start with 2 cords and see where you can go from there. Now, if you are a little heavier when you start out, so I know somebody who's a little heavier when they started out, and they do, even with 2 black cords, they get stuck out here. And so if that's your case, if you're on the 300 to 350 side of the weight scale for this machine, if you have the 5 cord, I would do a 1 black and 1 red. And that's what this friend that I know does. They're heavier than, they're probably around 300, and they would get stuck out with the 2 cords. Like I got stuck out with the yellow cord, and especially on the leg work, they would feel like they couldn't bring themselves back. So when they do 1 black and 1 red, that was a perfect combination. So the cords depend on a few things. They depend on your size, like your weight, how much weight is going to be on the platform. Because the more you weigh, the more cords you're going to need to even bring yourself back on normal exercises. The lighter you are, you'll be able to go down and lower and still have that cord bring you back without a problem. And that's why Marjolaine Bergman loves that yellow cord. She is light, but if you've heard even the presenters at QVC talk with her about it, they are tiny ladies, and they still say they can't do a lot with the yellow cord. So that's super, super advanced. And I do believe that we could all get there. We could all get there. You just wait and see someday. I mean, maybe it's going to be like a year or something, but maybe I'll be able to use that yellow cord like nothing, and I won't have that struggle. But I just wanted to let you guys know. So 5 cords, if you put on all 5 of these cords here, you would have the equivalent of 5.5 cords with the yellow cord. And that would be extremely, extremely strong. If you have a 5 cord or a color cord machine, this is how you get your combination. Obviously, 1 black cord is the equivalent of 1 cord. 2 black cords, the equivalent of 2 cords. If you have 3 black cords, 3 cords, 4 black cords, 4 cords. Even if you have 5 black cords, that's the equivalent of 5 cords. If you have a multicolor system, you might have a 4 cord multicolor system. To get 3 cords, you can still get 3 cords. You would use 1 black, 1 red, and 1 yellow. So black's a full cord, red's 1.5, yellow is a half, so that equals the 3 cords. So if you have a 4 cord machine that has the color cords, you would use a black, a red, and a yellow to get the equivalent of 3 cords. Now obviously, again, to get the 4 cords, you would use the black, red, and yellow, you already have 3, and you would add another black for 4 cords. Now for this machine, you would do the same thing. Add a black, red, and yellow for 3 cords, or 2 reds for 3 cords. And to get 4 cords, you could do the 2 reds and 1 black, or you can do the black, red, and yellow, and black. So 2 blacks, 1 red, 1 yellow. And then when you want it to get up, you obviously have the option for the 5th cord. And like I said, this machine is a 5 cord with the color cords, and it goes 5.5. If you have a 5 cord machine, which there is one out there that I know about, and it is all black cords. It's the black and white model, and it has like the rubber handles on the strap right here. I believe it's the 5010, if I'm remembering correctly. So that has 5 black cords. You're only a half cord less than this. You just maybe, you don't have the option of like 1 red cord for like rebounding, like what I would do. So you would stay on the 2 cords until you could go to 1. So there is some things about a 5 cord with color cords that are nice for me personally, for my size and for what I want to achieve. But your 5 black cords, 4 black cords, 3 black cords, they're going to get you great results regardless. And if you really want a red cord, now a yellow cord, unless you're really little and or super strong, I wouldn't even buy that now. I would wait until you're a little more advanced. That's what I have the yellow cord on my model. It's gonna be a while before I can use that. And I can still try it out on my 20th anniversary model that's right back there and see if I can do the yellow cord. So someday, I mean, I probably won't even try it for months because it's not worth the disappointment. But someday I will be able to use the yellow cord and then, then I'll have it on that machine. But for now, if you are looking to change up this workout, you can go ahead and get the red cord pack. That would be my only recommendation, or stay with the cords you have. Now, if you have black cords and you've had your machine for a while, and in some of my other videos, I show you how to retie them, and you can just tighten them. You can tighten them multiple times before you even have to trade them out. And then eventually you might want to trade them out and get a new black cord. Like I said, I've heard people say they've had their cords for 15 years, 20 years. Now, I don't know if they just were tightening them or if they're just letting it go or whatever, because cords will eventually stretch out, especially if you use it regularly. But I would just tighten my own, and I've heard Marjorie Bergman say that that's what you can do. You can tighten your cords as they start to loosen before you even have to spring for a new cord. But for the red cord pack, if you are interested in, maybe you can't rebound very well on one, or maybe you can't do the leg work very well on one. If that's you, because you get stuck out here, a 1 red cord would be a really great thing for your machine. They're a little bit of a pain to change out. Have some help would be the best option, because I actually had my children help me change out some cords on the machine my husband uses downstairs, and it was so easy with them helping. They just held it, I tied it, all done. But if you see my video, I would just wanted to show you what it was gonna be like if you had to do it yourself. It's absolutely doable. It's just gonna take a few times. Your arm's gonna get tired of holding it while you're trying to tie it, but it's absolutely doable. So don't get discouraged, you can do it. But if you have some help, oh, it's like night and day. It will be like a snap and you'll be done. So if you wanna know how to tie cords tighter, please check out those videos. But otherwise, I think we've covered everything with the cords. Just remember, more cords works your mobilizing muscles, which are just basically a nice way of saying your big muscles that really help with big movements. But very importantly, less cords work your stabilizers. 2 cords is a great place to start for a lot of people, a place to start for beginners, but it's also still really good for me because my size is larger. The 2 cords is still really good for my stabilizing muscles as well, where 1 cord is too little for my stabilizing muscles. I won't be able to get back. It just won't be a very efficient workout for me because I'll be stuck out most of the time. And then 1 red cord is good for my stabilizing muscles as well. So for my stabilizing, I use 2 or 1 red. Someday I hope to go down to 1 black or 1 yellow. We'll see if that ever happens. And then when I want to do stronger muscles, sometimes I'll do 1 black, 1 red, or I will do 2 reds to equal 3 cords. So I go anywhere between 2.5 cords to 3 cords for my mobilizing muscles right now. And that might improve with strength. Like I said, Marjorie Bergman, that little thing does 3 cords for her arms and her triceps, her biceps and triceps. And if you see her biceps and triceps, they are amazing. And you would not think that she could pull the 3 cords. If you have a machine like this, you put your 3 cords on, try to do biceps and triceps with it. I mean, you'll be able to do it probably, but it wouldn't be something Marjorie Bergman, who's so little, could do, but she is very strong. Okay guys, so that is the cord rundown. Please let me know if there's something I didn't cover that you have a question on. And I will see you next time on Everything AeroPilates. Thanks guys, bye.